I've had nosebleeds. I have been dizzy to the point where I've had to lay on my bedroom floor. It pretty much blocked out the pine trees in the golf course. You couldn't see them. That's how thick the haze was.
They fracked for 6 weeks, 24/7. We have problems with skin rashes, lesions.
Fracking is safe.
Trouble breathing, lower back pain.
Truck driver. That's what I did on for the gas industry till I got exposed. Since I got exposed, I got had real bad migraines. Teeth snapped off.
You know, and you think, well, it's just me. And then whenever you talk to the other neighbors, they're having back pain, explosive diarrhea, vomiting, and the lesions and the rashes.
My son had a stomach ache. My husband had blood in his from his nose. My ears were hurting, sore throat. My son threw up when he was playing outside.
And whenever the weather was warm and the humidity was high, the toluene, benzene, and the chloromethane must attach to the humidity because whenever you're out there and you sweat, you get a very bad rash.
Stuff in your ears, rashes all over the body that migrate and jump all over you. Your stomach blows up all the time, and stomach pains, gas pains in your stomach.
Nobody's protecting us.
We first showed you this video last February of a vintage oil company well being drilled near an almond orchard in Shafter.
10 yards away, the farmer was flood irrigating his almonds at almost the same time.
Fracking fluids were released at that site at a later date. A letter says on October 7th and 8th, fracking fluids estimated to be 5 barrels or less on each date were discharged into an unlined pond.
We already see when no one's watching what they do. They do something illegal. That's the tip of the iceberg, in my opinion.
There's no part of the body that this stuff don't jump to, and I do mean no part of the body. It hits everywhere. I got it in my lungs, shortness of breath. 4 times it's about killed me because it swells up my tongue so bad that I had to go flying down to the emergency room. I've been in the ER 11 times with this.
I was told that I was spreading fear and panic in my community. But it's funny because everyone agreed with me.
The customers were wondering what the odor was that day. The floor was shaking, she was telling me. The employee was sickened. He described it as a crude odor smell. AXA never did get Jean's permission to drill 65 feet from her building. She was promised $65,000 and on 3 different attempts has been getting the runaround ever since.
People think that they're going to make millions of dollars. Look what I live next to. I don't have a dime. And as a matter of fact, I've probably lost money on my property. I don't know who would want to buy this.
Because they're like goobers in your eyes that have your eyes almost matted shut whenever they're fracking and releasing.
The probably poorest history in terms of being friendly and cozy with the business community in Michigan. And they have consistently said so far that fracking is safe.
Every fracking process takes up to 20 million gallons of fresh water out of our water table. These energy companies don't pay us a dime for that water. It is then mixed with deadly chemicals that they refuse to disclose to us until 90 days after they've been used. That's un-American. And then when that flowback comes and that water comes back out of the fracking well, it's permanent toxic waste that has to then be trucked to an injection well, and we taxpayers then pay the DEQ to monitor that injection well forever. So in a country that's based on due process meaning that we're entitled to notice so we can participate in what's going on in our communities, you cannot convince me that fracking is safe or consistent with our American values. We are entitled to notice before those chemicals are mixed with our fresh water. We are entitled to have a say. My opponent voted twice to erode the local government's control over of regulating those sites. But if we as communities don't have a say on that kind of a process in our communities, then this isn't the America that I know and love.
I hope people listen to what we have to say around here, because you're going to be next.